So this advanced Excel, the first thing is we are not learning any new formula. The first thing. So we learned all the formulas. So based on the requirement and logic, we need to do the combination of formulas so that we can get the expected result. That's why I call it as a advanced Excel. Maybe definition is different from person to person. Even Google also, when you say the advanced Excel, they give like VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, all that. No, for me it is basic only. Basic means what is the basic concept. Okay, what do when you come to advanced means uh, uh, the basic formula we need to fine tune and use in such a way that whatever the result in the dynamic way we need to get the result. So that is advanced Excel. Okay, so very important. All these formulas will be using advanced Excel based on the requirement. Not like every formula we can use all the formulas. No, based on the requirement. So limited to that, we need to have the these formulas. But for this, the main thing is main formula we need to use to make it dynamic. We need to use the supporting formulas. That's why in the basic Excel we saw this supporting formulas and main formulas. Main formula will give the result. Supporting formula will be used for to make the formula dynamic. That's all. Okay. So when you come to the advanced Excel, how what is the process steps that we need to use the combined formulas? These steps we need to think all the time when you do the combination formulas. Okay. Okay. Now suppose if you have any questions, please ask me. So no hurry. We'll learn slowly, 100%. Okay. So in the advanced Excel, we'll be doing the projects kind of thing. Maybe 10 to 15 projects, high level projects. Because in the 10 to project main projects, but inside we will see the lot of things. So to put together, you can say 25, 30 projects we can see. But overall, 10 to 15 big projects will do. By the completion of that, definitely we can understand how use the combination of all the formulas for the any situation. I'm telling any kind of report or any kind of logics, any kind of result we can get through these formulas. Imagine for the usually I'll give example for this alphabets 26. How many words we have? So many words we have, right? Combinations. For 26, so many combinations. Imagine 100 formulas. How many combinations? All the combinations cannot be taught in this session and not required also. Okay. Once if you get that logic, then you know definitely you don't need me. You don't need to depend on me. In that you can create your own logic because your situation may be different, right? That's the reason. Okay. Now when you come to this, okay, steps for the advanced Excel formulas means how can you decide which formula you need to use? That's the first question everyone will get. Okay. Now suppose you go to the Google and YouTube, like say advanced Excel, how do the combinations happens? Nobody will tell you. But my way of understanding the complete these are steps when you follow easily. Easy means easy. You can combine the formulas. Okay, maybe two formulas, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Yes, maybe 20 also. That based on your requirement. you can develop the formulas. 100% sure. Okay. Clear as of now? Any questions?
No, sir, I'm good.
Okay. Now, see, for the combination of formulas, first thing what you need to do here, understand end-to-end requirement. Means, what is the beginning to end? What is the your requirement? That you need to understand. Don't jump into give the equal sign and start the formula. No. First, you need to understand what is the beginning, what is the end result you are expecting. That we need to understand first. Unless we understand, people doing this is a problem. So straight away, equal sign and put start from some formula. We look up, S look up, index like that. Okay. No. Understand first. What is you want? End to end. Suppose I want to end. I want to get the details from the source data and I do the sum. That means get related. I have the one. I need to one the 10 employees data from the master data. It's okay. So I need to get 10 details from the master data and the total of the salary whatever. Only from for the 10 people out of say 100 employees. So this is end to end. What is that? For this 10 employees, details in the supporting maybe file, source data, get into this and total. Simple understanding, you get from the source data means you look up and sum of that sum. Okay. So that is like end to end. Just a simple example. This is the one end to end. You need to know that first. Unless no clear understanding of this end to end, what is you want to do or what you want requirement, you cannot build combination of formulas. When you start thinking end to end, automatically you will start thinking what is the main formula, what is the supporting formula for that. That is the main thing. Please put some time and think what is required. Okay. So all the projects will be going through all the steps. Okay. Now identify the main formula, which means what? When you want to do the end-to-end process, what are the main formulas required? Don't think the combination about you. What is the main formula that you can give the result? Okay. Suppose fetch the data from the 10 employees from the source data, right? So we look up the main formula. So do identify this main formula first. First is end-to-end process. Second is identify the main formulas. This is very, very important. Then use the main formula and see the result where you are getting expected results or not. Okay. Use the main formula and see the results you are results are as you expected. Means whatever the result are you getting or not from the using main formula. Don't try to combination. Don't give combination of formula in this stage. Suppose we look up, it's okay, look up value, so source data, then column number 1 2 3, okay, then 0 or false. Do as a basic formula, right? Column number also don't make dynamic. See 2 3 column number and see whether result is correct or not. That is required in this stage. First you need to understand whether you are getting a result or not. When you are happy, then so we need arguments, right? Suppose we look up, I said just now arguments look up value, table array, column number, and false. Right? Now, so think what are the supporting formulas you require to make it dynamic? Dynamic, it can be anything. Lookup value can be dynamic, range can be dynamic, column number can be dynamic. Zero alpha is not dynamic. That's a constant. That's the reason. Identify the supporting formulas. Identify support the supporting to make the main formula dynamic. Means what? Supporting formulas for the arguments in the main formula. Main formula will not change. Arguments will change. That are all the arguments and all the formulas can be can get through supporting formula. That's the reason in this stage, after seeing the main form result, at this stage you need to slowly think what formula you can use, for what formula you can use for the main formula dynamic. Right. Now, if needed, please remember, if needed, see, main formula arguments can be done dynamic through other formulas, other supporting formulas. Other supporting formulas also will use the arguments. That are supporting formula arguments also can be dynamic by using other supporting formula. That means supporting formula inside my again supporting formula. That's the complete dynamic. So I can say here main formulas. So main formula, for this we need to identify the arguments, then supporting formulas, then supporting formulas arguments again, then these arguments again we need to do the supporting formulas. Like that, combine form as much as till you get the result. Till you get the result, you need to main formula inside arguments supporting formula again arguments for that again supporting formula, like that it will go. So end of the day you need to make all the dynamics. Definitely no manual intervention at all. Through supporting through formula itself, mostly 70-80% can be dynamic, few activities 100% dynamic. Only your required work is give the supporting input data. That's all. From last maybe in Accenture itself 15 years, all 15 years, all the most of the activities I made the dynamic. Just like that, to give the input, you will get the output. Okay, this is the overall steps for advanced Excel formula. So any questions still here? We will see the practical so that you can understand completely. But as of now, you have any questions till here?
No, sir, I'm good.
Okay, good. Now, the main requirement is now we have this list, right? Now, whatever the formula we have, we discuss end result for all the formulas, purpose and end result. To make the dynamic, you need to know all the purpose and end result. For all the formulas, you must know. Okay, to build the dynamic formula or to understand the formula if someone has built already. Suppose I will give this it's like so I'll give one report. which in which I use like a lot of formulas. You need to understand, right? First, you need to understand means unless you know the why I uses the formula and what is the end result of it. First, you need to, if you understand these two things in the formula when you look at it, easily can crack the formula why I use this. Okay, so that is a best thing. We need to know each and everything. Suppose, as I said, in the advanced Excel, main formula we need to use the arguments. The arguments we need to make dynamic. So means supporting formula. For two ways you can do. We need to think. Please understand. And the argument, which formula can you can use to make that result? The one way. Okay. From the initially, we need to think which formula can you use to make it dynamic. One thing. Suppose you need some get result, get the end result of this. Suppose end result we have seen. Can you end result means like, I'll list out this. In the entire formula, end result means number can be end result, right? End result is number. Text end result is extracting. Extracting text. This also end result. Search. Search data. Suppose VLOOKUP. What the VLOOKUP will do? A required result will search in the source table and get the result. Right? Then range. So we learned the range also, like range selection means range or reference. Range or reference also, the separate formula. Reference. Right? Range means what? So I suppose for VLOOKUP I selected range. For pivot table I need to select range. That is range. Reference is not. So for the formula you need to refer certain cell, right? So that also I don't want to manually go and click. Automatically didn't select. This also formulas, right? This also you will use in the arguments. Okay. So this kind of end result you need to know. Suppose I want a number formula. What is a number? Number can be again, multiple formulas are there, multiple results which will give only number. Example, say find is a number, right? Search, match, rows, columns, right? So columns. Then what else? So these are like number results like this. Suppose extracting text. Suppose text formula is right, left, mid. Like this, we have the extractive formulas. So such formulas like VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, lookup formula, index and match, index formula, right? So offset formula. These are like we have the such formula data. So it's related. Suppose range formula, range like offset, address, indirect, all that. Reference also same, right? So this categorization you need to know by looking at the formula. Or suppose I want like some requirement. So suppose I want a number. So automatically it will know, okay, what are the formulas you can get the number like this. This helps to create the logic. See, advanced Excel, more, I can say creation of the logic. Unless you know the logic, definitely we cannot use any formula. That's what I'm trying to give all the explanations. Unless you know this requirement, you cannot use the logic. That's why I usually said, I usually say the most complex food that once want to prepare, that's a biryani. Maybe it's veg or non-veg, whatever, biryani. Lot of ingredients will be put there. So do we do you think like all the ingredients put in the vessel and put in the stove we can get the biryani? No. Many people try to do biryani, finally it will get something else. Okay, the same thing based on the steps for the biryani preparation. The same logic. You can say logic. Suppose why can't we put in the vessel together? I can make the biryani. No, that's a process, right? That's logic. Process means logic. One after another. How much time it took boil? Why is that? Again, logic behind it. That is the reason, like taste are different from person to person. Same way, the formula also work from person to person. Unless you think the logic, your formula will not work properly, or you will end up making lot of other unnecessary formulas. Okay, so that is the reason this you need to know end-to-end formulas. That's why basic Excel I use this purpose and results. Now anyway arguments that's there and how to usage, right? So this is very important area to create the logic. No, sir, I don't want a basic, but I want advanced Excel. Please, that will not happen. That will not happen. That's the reason. Basic Excel, we learned all the formulas, right? But this formula features, all the formulas features this first step, very important. Irrespective of like main formulas or supporting formulas, all the formulas, this you know four steps, very important. Through that we can get the logic, can use the logic. Suppose you can see, I'll send this file. See here, this logics also from blank, not zero, from blank to 6 arguments we have, right? So when you arguments, when you give sorry, in this step, in the steps, so identify the requirements in the result, like main result, end-to-end process. Here thing, here the arguments. So, okay, some blank means like this, 2 6 arguments. Okay, so for all this thing we need to know which one we have to use, or what you need to result point of view, or formula point of view. Finally you need to identify which formula can support for the arguments. Okay, so very important. So once if you understand this, then definitely our journey will start from now. So from here onwards, you will see definitely dynamic means combination of formulas. Okay, apart from that formulas, reference also important. One more thing, apart from these formulas, Reference also very, very important. This reference means like, normal reference, absolute reference, mixed reference. Means a reference means given the dollar sign for this. Maybe single cell or range of cells. Okay. Which one to fix, which one to free. Right. So this, we know this by shortcut we can make out which one to fix. Through shortcut can use, not necessarily typing directly. Okay. When you press F1, F4, one time completely free. Second time is row free, fix column free. Third time column fix, row free. Fourth one, it is completely free. Okay. So it's like this. Suppose I select this. See here, complete range. It will happen. Suppose this is at the time of selection. We see like this, normal plain selection. F4 press once, so completely fixed. Twice, only row in the range fixed. Third time, column will be fixed. Fourth time, completely freeze, completely free, right? So this is what, like, reference very important. Why reference important? We discuss the basic, but still I can say here. Suppose you use the combination formula. Okay. Now reference require or you need to concentrate when you copy the formula into other cells. Maybe row or column wise, you need to copy and paste. That time this reference thing is, we will be having the cautious here. Which one to fix, which one to give it free. Okay. All the range cannot be fixed, every time. That's it. Then only you can make that dynamic, otherwise it will not. Please remember. Most of the time in the range and the reporting table, reporting area or result area, one formula you need to copy and paste across the table, across the area. That formula must work. To work in that way, this reference is very, very important. Very, very important. Now, this shortcut I told, F4 shortcut I told you. Now, here one important point, please make a note. Okay. Suppose here selected, right? So your F4 starts. This is not a problem. Okay. Now, suppose if I refer this, immediately if you need to give, like, F4, it applies for the both the range at a time. Okay. Suppose if you learn only this much, and suppose if you don't concentrate what I am telling now, going next step, this is, you will be in the danger. Now see, we are very mad for the shortcuts. I tell you the danger of that also. Unless you know the concept, it will be the danger. What is that? I'll tell you. Now, see here, I'll select the reference, give F4. Complete range will be fixed. Okay. Now, you can select, which one to fix. You can do this, right? Now, other scenario, I'll use the formula, I give comma. Now I realize this, I need to give fix the range, especially VLOOKUP, a pivot table, all that. This is scenario, please very careful. Those are going for the shortcuts, right? Now I give the comma. Afterwards I realize that I need to give the fixed range for the complete reference. What I do, I go backspace, and this shortcut will remember, okay, F4 will fix everything. Then I do the F4. This will apply only for the next immediate cell, not first cell. Please remember. The minute when you give the command go back, it will not apply a shortcut. This is very, very important. Now imagine you go give the thing, copy paste either down or right. This will change the reference, but this supposed to be fixed, right? Suppose, imagine I select like this. This is the VLOOKUP thing or pivot table. Okay, so supposed to be like table selection for the all the details, right? So I'll go this and go back, then F4. Okay, enter. So don't worry about this. See, this is the selection. Now this I need to copy. Yeah. Now what is the selection? What is the selection now? See, it will change. First selection is see where it will start from here. Maybe from here to here like this. I will put color. See here, okay, one selection, okay, no problem. Now see, now after copy pasting, what is the selection? Selection mode. See here, it will go. Why? Because we use the shortcut. This is, this is not freezed. This is left. That's the reason. In the reference when you give, please be very careful before copy pasting. Cross check. Very, very important apart from the formulas. Here, this importance of the reference. Very, very cautious. Okay. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'm going very slow because once if you know maybe 2, 3 projects, 4 projects, definitely you will understand everything. Definitely you have the logic how to create this. I'm sure. Okay. Now, again I'm giving this file. So this file having all the arguments and the purpose also we have this. So this is arguments. All the arguments we need to make the dynamic. Okay. Now, so to start with, okay. So example, I can say anyway. So from tomorrow, we can give the exact thing. So suppose from time being, I give some one 1/6 or 1/2020. Okay. So I have the dates here. Other dates, maybe March and okay, what are the dates at the table that you have? That's not a problem. Now, see, suppose example. Suppose start date, end date. Okay. So we'll see the entire end-to-end project after bits and pieces. Then you go to the end-to-end of this total cost. Okay. Now this start date. Suppose I need to say 1st January. 1st January to say instead of dates, sorry, we can say month. Okay, so can you anyone tell me which formula I can use? Month. So suppose I can say 1/20. This is January 31st. I want February 31st. February 2021. The March, April, May, June. So every month end result I want. Every month. When you copy, build the formula, copy paste, I need to month and dates. How can you get this? January, suppose I can say February 1 to 2021. Then in March, like this, sorry, 1 like this. Then April. So which formula you can use this? Now I copy paste, I don't need to type. Just copy paste, I will get this.
So the year month.
Excellent, good. Okay. So year month. Year month, yes, 1. You get months. Now, suppose now this cost to be allocated to January to March 31st. January to March, 3 months. So 3 months, this I need to allocate for these dates, months. What is the allocation now? As of now, this is the allocation. This is the requirement. That's what we need to understand the step by step. What you need to understand what is the end-to-end requirement. My requirement is here is I have the cost, I have the dates. So this as per the dates, as per the months, I need to allocate for those months. Now, so tomorrow suppose I change the month. So 1/4/2021 to say July 21. That means what? April, May, June, July, 4 months. Okay. Okay. This I'll keep as it is. Okay. So 31 or 2020 3 2020. This is one cost. The other cost is like say 4,000. If this 4,000 from April to July, okay, so this should be calculated, but this is a requirement. I need to build the formula in such a way that this every time maybe 300 400 cost we need to allocate this, right? Now one formula you need to build in such a way that when you copy paste the data, automatically based on the date, this number should be allocated for all respective dates. That's a requirement. So this is the main requirement. Like we see this, allocation. If we do this every month, we see the cost and date. But manually, people they do the manual calculation and they'll put that put the value in that. Suppose manually we are not sure 100% will get allocation. Okay, by mistaking copy paste, it will come automatically. No, it should not be. So based on the dates, this cost to be allocated respective dates. Anytime you extend the row, just copy paste the formula in the row, automatically should get allocate automatically. Okay, that is what the end-to-end requirement we need to understand. Now, what is the main formula for this? Main formula, how can you do this allocation? What is the main formula to allocate this manually? How can you start? What is the plan? Suppose manually what you need to do. That's why once if you intent required, so identify the manual main result. Main results okay. Then use the main formula to see the results as expected. Now, how can you use the formula? Manually you can do this. This is divided by months and all that. Okay. So how do you do this manually? First. So to start with, what you do now, we need to do how many months here? How many months are there here? See, here only not one formula, but step by step we need to divide. First, manually what we need to do, this divided by 3, correct? Now, this is in a way reference period, but how can you get 3 here? How can you get 3 months? Tell me. How how
Start to end it.
sorry? How can you get number of months? Which
So
formula?
we can use dated if formula to get the number of months.
Yeah, very good. Yes. See, this is the only one formula we don't have the suppose date means here will have the intelligence and we have the drop down also. But date diff we don't have anything. See, this is what I said blank. This you don't get any information for that. Is only one the formula is this. Okay. For that argument, arguments are start and end. So month. This is the only way you can get the month, otherwise we don't get. Okay. See this, but arithmetical adjustments are very important. We need to have this because when you do the this minus this means one of this will be left out through formula. See 3 minus 2, sorry 3 minus 1 means 2, right? One number will be ignored. That's what we need to use arithmetical adjustment. See here we get this. Okay. Now here allocation monthly amount. Okay. Cost. What you need to do here? This divided by this. See here. We got this. Manually we know this. For this we need to for this we use the formula, right? So we use the formula for this, and this divided by this, not Excel formula but normal operators. Okay, this side this is fine. We understand now. But how can you identify these days? See what I do. This January to March. Is the January this date within this? Yes, I can say yes. Now this date within this? Yes. This date or this month within this date? Yes. Then this within this? No. From here on also no only. No. All this no. Right? Like this. Now, wherever the S is there, I need the value. This value. That's all. Wherever no comes, automatically blank. So, how can you check this date? See, you able to formulate logic. So this we need to identify within this date or not. Yes, yes, we got it manually. We are not using formula manually. For this to check this whether able to between this or not, we need to check, right? But we have the formula for that, right? How can you check? Which is the formula that can use it for checking? First of all, we need to check. Why to check? So this date should be within this. How you check? Also this. Okay. So greater than this. Then again this lesser than this. Again here. Okay, that this.
So your voice is breaking actually.
Okay. So able to hear me now? I don't know why.
Yeah, I can hear bits and
It's
pieces. I
fine,
don't
I
know
think.
about others.
Okay. Others able to hear me?
No, we can hear you all. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, so please ask me when you no able to not able to hear. Right? Now is it better?
Yeah, so carry on. I'll catch up. Maybe a problem with my internet.
Okay. Now, so the thing now manual thought is whether this date we need to check whether this see suppose how can you say this date it is not within this date. How can you manually how can you say this date beyond this? How can you check? We can say no, this is greater than this and this is less than this. Then only this date will between this, right? That's the thought process. Now, for this, which is the Excel formula, we can check this date between this or not. Which formula we can use it?
So we can use if formula.
No. If formula can use it, but again there are no combinations. But we have one formula starting, only one formula. That formula will give so this uh, um, like this. True or false. Suppose if this date between this start and end, true. This date not between this start and end, so false I'll get. Which formula will give this true or false? Think. Okay. Now see this. How do you manually check this date between this or not? Tell me. See, I can say this is greater than this. I agree. So this is greater than this, but is this date less than this? No. Greater than this, okay. Less than, no. Then I need to get false. Two conditions. Remember, two conditions should be satisfied here. One is either this date is greater than this or this date less than this. Then only between this date, right? So which formula can give you or which formula can you use to check multiple logics?
Sure. Or
Huh? Okay. So you said R. Okay. So what is the R formula, feature?
That like either one of the things should take it up in
Exactly. One of the logics should be satisfied or met. Excuse me for my spellings, okay? Is met. Okay. Now see this, in this case, this date greater than this, satisfied. Can you use or then? Satisfying. No, then I'll get true if we use R formula. True means automatically it will be like allocated. So definitely I cannot use R here, correct? Correct now?
and formula, sir.
Yeah, and formula. So should be satisfied. All the logics must be met. Correct na? See, here two logics. One is this date should be greater than this, and this same date should be less than this. Two logics. Two logics must be satisfied, then only you can get true. Otherwise, I need to false. I need to get result false. Please check yourself. See, this date greater than equals this, less than equals this. Okay, then is true. This, yes, greater than this, less than this. This one, greater than this, less than it equals this. Then this, yes. One of the conditions not meeting, so false. Means and formula required. Clear now? Hello? Now got the logic?
Yes, sir.
Now, see, I'll manual I cut here and paste. So we'll apply formula here. Now see here and right now, what is the logic? This greater than equals this. Then same thing less less than equals this. That's all. So this result will give true. See here, manual and this. But this is not to copy paste. When you copy paste, we need to reference this should move, this reference should not move, right? Then this should not move when you copy down, but this should move. Means here when you say K12, K12 is this. In this, the K should move, 12 should not move. This is the next step because you are copy pasting. If you don't copy paste, we will not, right? Now here D should be fixed. Then K should be fixed. No, not K, this one, E. Correct? Got it?
I have to fix the K also. I mean,
Yeah,
12
yeah,
also.
exactly. So that's what like, yeah. So this case, this thing, E13, this one, yeah, this. E should not move, D should not move, but E13, D13 should move. See here, D13 will move, E13 will move, but E and D should fix. This is very important. Now see here, thus I copy paste. See here, true, say false. See exactly manual calculation. This is we need to check with the manual and the formula is working or not. Yes, I'm working. This is working. Clear this now till now? Now. So you want me to explain again this? Is it clear? Okay. Assume you followed it. Okay. If I don't get a response, like I assume you followed. Now, true or false not sufficient. I get this value. Okay. Either this value can get here or calculation also direct calculations you can put here. Okay, no problem. But anyway we have this value. So through if we can get this. Okay, if this true, okay, this is true result, right? If logic you need get, see if value is true, okay, already we get the true. If we need to, if we have the true, what is the result we have? We need here this one, and this also age should be fixed, or 13 will be free, because when you copy paste, e should not move. When you copy it down, 13, 14, 15 respective row should change. Okay, if true is result, else I don't want result, blank or 0, whatever. See here now. Now the same I'll paste here. See here. See, check manually. I got result manually. So see here.
And what if the values are different?
What values different means what? Suppose like 5,000. Here it will come automatically because I have the calculation here. Suppose here a very good question. Suppose I get August. Suppose I give date different date. Maybe December, right? Okay, date form is wrong. Okay. Here 9 months, 556. See here, it will go till December. See here, you can 5,000 allocated. You don't need to do any this thing. Just to copy paste, give the value, copy paste, it will work. That's all. Any formula, suppose you are the reviewer. So what if people do the manual this thing? Suppose here only you are supposed to go April, December. People purposely give you manually give this under do the journals. So as a reviewer, what you need to do? Copy and paste. You will get the value. See, that's gone manual gone. Then automatically you will get the control. This data will be in control. That's why when you fix the formula, one formula should work all everywhere. Now see the blank. Suppose here I can give detail 1 21 31 12 21. So value will be like 999. So to copy paste. See here from August. See here August. It is allocated exactly 9,000. You don't need to again and again to build the formula for any number of ways. It will work. Now slowly we need to do that. Suppose I don't want here. See here like what is the calculation that we used here? Same calculation incorporate here itself. That we'll see later. Okay, but at the initial stage, how the thought process should come important. whatever we think, that only we have the formulas. See here, like, two conditions must satisfy. You should come a logic. So under formula you should use. Under formula give true or false. For the result, you need to use if. If true, what is the result? If false, what is the result? Like that. Step by step. Step by step. Maybe top to bottom or bottom to top. Whatever the we can say, like, a top down approach or bottom up, bottom up approach. Whatever they see. After few projects we do, automatically we'll get the logic. Okay, but initially we need to think in this way. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going very slow. Please ask me. Only our focus is how to think. How to think which is formula is required. Formula anyway we know that. Which formula can be used is important, that's all. But here, like, incorporation of all this calculation, yeah, we can think. If you know, if you start this, I don't know this column, but better if you give these columns, any one reviewer, you can understand, but other people, client cannot see this. How can you suppose if you don't have this 1,000, how do you get? They don't know, right? That's the reason for them we need to usually we'll show this calculation also. Otherwise, like, they'll come back and say, how do you get? Okay, but whatever, suppose people come like, no, I don't want this. You can do this, incorporate in this. That's all. Anything, please keep in mind, anything in the sense, anything can be done. Always, this is the formula. This formula will work for everywhere. Anything can be done. This is a mantra. Don't leave that. Don't say that it cannot be done. I told you already so many times. It cannot be done means you don't want to do. Anything can be done means, yes, you don't have anything, so okay, you are ready to do it. That's all. Anything can be done. My experience, I'm saying no exceptions at all. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll stop here. So tomorrow we'll catch up again, like, 8 o'clock. So I'll show you the project in this end to end. So bit of it we have done this. Tomorrow I'll project will show you and result also will show you, so that you will have the idea. That is a reason of this. Understand end to end. I'll show you the starting. What is the requirement? What is the end result? Okay. So bit of it we done, like, maybe 10% of it. Okay. So I'll show you tomorrow entire thing. You can understand what how you think, how you come up with build the project. Okay.
Okay, sir. You will share this file with us, sir?
Yeah, I'll share this file too.
Okay.
Share the recording
Sir,
also.
sir, recording you will load it in YouTube or how is it, sir?
I'll load it on YouTube because please don't share it to anyone. Don't share
Yeah.
for liking or like, no, you will keep it only for you, your purpose. Because suppose, like, after some time I'll delete this because space is less in Google also, right? YouTube. So we need to delete actually. Okay. So I learn
So
as much as possible. Okay.
ideally, sir, we can download the video and keep it with us. Actually, that's what we can do, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. Okay. So this is easy purpose, like, I want you to be, this use the fullest, as much as possible to upskill your knowledge. Okay. But don't send to anyone, for any reason.
Okay.
So I'll communicate as soon as, I think, Danny, you will get communication, right?
What's that?
You will get communication from YouTube, or how?
Yeah. What I did is I've subscribed to your channel, so I keep checking it when you post
Okay.
it,
So
and I take it likewise.
yeah, immediately, like, it will be only 5 minutes will convert in the this thing, whatever the format it will give the conversion. Of the conversion, I upload, it will take maybe 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Then 9:30, after 10 you can check, you can get, but I'll send a link in the group. So in the link only you can get every day. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So we'll meet
Yeah, thanks.
10. Okay. Thank you
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
so much. Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you, Mayal.
Bye.